He is level now with Shane Warne as the leading wicket taker in the history of cricket, but is his action legal or is it not? Well, I don't say that today we'll provide the answers, but I do think that we manage to unravel some of the mystery. For the moment, though, let's get a clue as to the magic. Amazing eyes, aren't they? Last match, because clearly a lot of questions will be asked about the nature of our experiment as against the live thing here when he really is turning it on in a test match. That's the top spinner to Graham Thorpe. This was him bowling in December when England were touring Sri Lanka. So that one does Thorpe through the gate, and we see it in slow-mo as well as normal speed. Now the off spinner, huge amounts of spin. I mean, that ball's probably gone 2.5, 3 feet perhaps. Massive amounts of spin with the top spinner, and then an idea of the doosra as well. Past the outside edge of Andrew Flintoff. So we're showing you him bowling here in test match cricket. Obviously we show him in practice or in a make-up situation in a moment. Now, a couple of weeks ago, Murali came to London, and we went together to the nursery ground here and went to business. Murali, 10 minutes ago or so, before we actually went on camera, you were able to show me quite clearly how your arm has been designed by nature,
yeah,
and how you rotate your shoulder.
Yeah, it is like it's bent. I can't straighten more this.
So in the way that I stand with a straight arm along my side, you stand with an arm that works here.
Yeah, both
right.
arms.
So this isn't a hyperextension.
This is bent a little bit inside, like the arm is bent this way.
Okay.
With 35 degrees.
Right.
That was proven in Western Australia when they took the readings.
Yeah.
So when I bowl off spin, a normal grip as this, when I bowl, it always I'll show it very slowly. I just always, my rhythm is there. Rhythm is my key for my bowling. And I just, this way I bowl very slow.
Right, but people say that you bowl from here.
No, this is off spin.
Right.
This is off spin.
Just show both.
Right. This is off spin. Right. See, the arm comes here. From here, it's bent, 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 all the way.
So you're saying it stays bent through the whole process.
Yeah, off spin.
Right.
Right. Then the doosra, when I bowl, I rotates from the shoulder, like this.
And what's the difference? What's the pure difference in the mechanics
I'll show
of the
it to you.
workings?
Like this. It comes.
That's the doosra.
Yeah.
And go back to the off spinner again. Right, so the rotation of the shoulder is different.
Yeah.
Okay, and that, you believe, is a unique thing that you have within your body.
Yeah, that's why I think gifted by God, maybe, because I think because I'm born like this, so I can rotate my shoulder anywhere.
You can literally rotate it anywhere, and some of us might, right?
Yeah, some of us, when you're bowling I can do something like, turn, because people think when I bowl doosra, I bowl like this.
Right.
So when I bowl the doosra, it comes like this. When it's here, it rotates, then I come this way. So when they can see from this angle to this angle, they think I'm doing this because it's illusion, because you can't pick it.
Okay, so the interesting things about you then, in your view, are the shoulder and the wrist. You're able to do amazing things with the wrist.
Yeah,
and you believe that this stays firm through the whole of the bowling action.
Yeah, but it's in Australia, proven, like when I went in this test, 2004, when I did it in Australia, it says it's first I bowl, it has a flexion of 14 degrees when I bowl first. Then after that, they suggested me to do this, to that. Then within 2 days, I just retested again in Australia. This is the truth. And it came 10 degrees of flex.
Which, of course, still isn't quite within the ICC's new guideline about flex, which allows 10 degrees of flex for a fast bowler and 5 degrees of flex for a slow bowler. This was brought in because, upon investigation, it was discovered that many bowlers were also applying some flex. Now, you're able to prove the point here. Because what Murali's had made is an extraordinary brace. It has steel rods that run through it about 2 inches apart. And then there's a plaster of Paris cast set around, and you've had this molded to your arm.
Yeah. With this brace on, I can still spin the dusra quite amazingly, because big way.
Right,
I
so
can show it to you if you want.
Now give us the same movements with your arm before we actually put it into practice with a ball.
Okay. This is the off spin.
All right, so that's exactly what you showed us a moment ago,
Yeah.
but you've now got the brace on, and
Yeah.
that was the
Off spin.
off spin. Okay?
Now it's the dusra.
Yep.
Okay. But
Okay. It's interesting there because, just do that once more, and I'll just let the viewer watch. It's interesting because even with that in really super slow-mo, it's nothing like when you actually let go of the ball, there is a perception of a jerk somewhere within the shoulder.
Yeah.
And yet you've got a brace on, so it can't possibly be the elbow. Okay.
And if you want, I can just bowl and show you how it spins the dusra.
All right.
You can see.
Well, let's begin. What we'll do is we'll bowl the off spinner, the top spinner, and the dusra, but
With
we'll
this.
bowl them all without the brace first.
Okay.
Here comes Murali's off spinner that probably has taken the vast majority of his test match wickets, all bowled at normal speed. It's a slow and not a very bouncy pitch here on the nursery ground at Lord's.
That's my off spin.
Off spinner.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Then
Now the
I
top
can
spin.
bowl. I can bowl 2 ways with the off spin. I'll show it to you.
Show me the second way then.
Second way, the ball goes a little bit.
Show us.
Curvy.
We may as well watch.
Same action, but thing is differently gripping.
Okay. Right, so one is rotating the seam vertically and the other is scrambling the seam.
Scrambling because
Okay.
to confuse the batsman.
Okay, now the top spinner.
Top spinner.
That also had a vertical seam. I
Yeah,
noticed.
maybe because of the, depend on the wicket. Some wickets, it goes straight, but
So if it
sometimes
hits the steam, it hurries off the
it
surface.
is, yeah. If it is this way, it will go this way. It will this way, this way.
Oh, very good.
It goes
Okay.
straight.
Very good. Glad I retired.
And
And now the dusra.
dusra.
Not your most accurate dusra, it has to be said, but it was the dusra. And the dusra is the other one. Let's watch
Yeah.
one more dusra.
Yeah.
Because the dusra is the ball that's attracted attention, because there is a feeling from within the corridors of power that there is more than 10 degrees of flex in the arm here.
Okay, you happy with that?
I'm happy. What I want to see now is the same balls bowled
With the brace.
with the brace on. Okay? We've just got to make it clear to the viewer that it's 10 degrees of flex for a fast bowler is now allowed, and 5 degrees for a slow bowler, yeah? But you would argue that it's all about arm speed, not
Yeah.
about the speed of the ball, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because my arm speed is fast as a fast bowler. That's what proven in.
I think that's an important point, and a point that's often missed. Right, Murali, now that you've got the brace on, we want to see the same ball. So if you
Yeah.
could start with the off spinner,
Yeah.
bowl 2 of those, then bowl the top spinner, and then bowl the dusra. That was the off spinner, and that spun considerably. Even though it started down the leg side,
Yeah,
it still spun.
Yeah.
So can you now bowl the off spinner with the seam vertical? Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay.
The top
I am
spin.
now getting the sense of an illusion. Being up close to you here, again, I'm getting this sense of this and this being the things that create something. I'm trying to work out what it is, and it may well be a jerk. Let's watch it all the way through. Can you bowl a top spinner with that on?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Okay, now we'll move to the doosra. Okay. So the doosra, which is the other one, the ball that moves from leg to off with the brace on. Watch the shoulder. That is where you get a little jerk. There's no doubt. I think that's the. I'd like to see that once more, if I may.
Yeah.
Because that's.
Shoulder jerk.
It's quite a privileged position being up close here, I must say. Very good. Okay, so just to reiterate here, when we see a little jerk in the shoulder, you also have this extraordinary wrist action. Can you show us how this wrist works to bowl those balls? You need the ball back, I think. We've lost the ball, thanks.
Because my wrist position is this way.
The which?
This way. I'll take it, hold it like this.
Which is at the off spinner?
Yeah,
Okay.
off spinner. When it comes, wrist comes like this. Delivery like this. I deliver from this way. That's why arm speed is so speed. And
so the ball's coming out of the hand here?
yeah.
So it actually comes out of the back of the fingers?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the way off spin.
Okay.
And for toss, for the doosra, comes like this. It comes and
Okay, show us both again. I'd just like to see the
off spin.
The off spin.
Like this.
So it's the side of the hand.
Yeah,
it's
side
coming
of
out of the side of the hand alongside the thumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yep.
when it comes to doosra, it comes this way.
And the doosra comes out of the back of the hand, out of the top of the fingers, really.
Yeah.
And what about the top spinner then?
Top spinner, only a little bit change the grip, very slowly, like this.
So also out of the top of the fingers.
Top of the finger.
So the off spinner comes out of the side, and the top spinner and the doosra out of the.
Yeah, but
so why does the
little
top
bit-
spinner go straight and the doosra move to the off?
Because for the doosra, this finger puts little bit turn this way, and for the top spinner, it goes straight like this, and doosra it goes this way.
Okay. So could you just stand here now for me
Yeah.
and bowl the ball without your run up? Could you bowl an off spinner
yeah.
and a doosra? Yeah.
Top spinner. Okay.
Oh, there's plenty of spin there.
Yeah.
Let's see the
And-
same thing with the doosra. The same ball taking the run up out of it, and we should focus just on the arm. And there it is going the other way. Okay. Well, I mean, there's no attempt here to be
No.
either judge
Yes.
or jury, but the fact is that this is a perfectly solid brace. As I say, made from steel bars and plaster of Paris, and there is no way that the elbow can move here. No way. I put my hand on my heart and I say that. But I do notice from up close both jerk and movement and action from shoulder and wrist, which may conceivably be Murali's secret.
I thought he made a good point about his arm speed being similar to that of a fast bowler. There are a lot of issues raised by this, of course, and one of them I tried to cover there and then.
After Murali had finished, there were just one or two little things that bothered me in that demonstration. And one was the setup at the point of delivery, and that he did something different to get his arm in position to bowl the ball. So what I've done is I've put on the brace that he first used. It's not the one that's specifically moulded to his arm, but it's the same principle in that there are steel bars running through here. So I thought I'd have a go, because I realised that you do have to set your arm upright like he was doing, and then if you try to bowl an off spinner, it's impossible to straighten your arm. Impossible to straighten your arm. I promise you that.
All right, well, there may or may not be some illusions. We'll take a break. Don't go away, because when we come back, Simon Hughes will analyse this closely, and we'll have a word from Dave Richardson of the ICC. Amazing eyes, aren't they?
This match, because clearly a lot of questions will be asked about the nature of our experiment as against the live thing here when he really is turning it on in a test match. That's the top spinner to Graham Thorpe, outside edge of Andrew Flintoff. So we're showing you him bowling here in test match cricket. Obviously we show him in practice or in a make-up situation in a moment. Now, a couple of weeks ago, Murali came to London and we went together to the nursery ground here and went to business. Murali, 10 minutes ago, let's get a clue as to the magic. He is level now with Shane Warne as the leading wicket taker in the history of cricket, but is his action legal or is it not? Well, I don't say that today we'll provide the answers, but I do think that we managed to unravel some of the mystery. For the moment, though, this was him bowling in December when England were touring Sri Lanka, so that one does Thorpe through the gate, and we see it in slow-mo as well as normal speed. Now the off-spinner, huge amounts of spin. I mean, that ball's probably gone 2.5, 3 feet perhaps. Massive amounts of spin with the top spinner, and then an idea of the doosra as well. Past the